There came a man down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell into the hands of wicked thieves. They stripped him of his clothing and they wounded
15th Sunday in Ordinary Time, you see, from law to love. Our first reading from the Book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 10 to 14, enjoins us to keep the laws and the commandment of God with all our heart and soul. It further insists that the law is not beyond your strength nor beyond your reach. No, the word is very near to you. It is in your mouth and in your heart for your observance. The Gospel of the Good Samaritan from Luke chapter 10, verse 25 to 27, portrays on the one hand a priest and a Levite following the law to the letter, and on the other hand, the Good Samaritan following the law of love of neighbor to the latter, teaching us that love surpasses everything. Now let's begin with the priest and the Levite. Why did they avoid to go and touch the person who was dead? Leviticus chapter 21, verse 11 to 12, which is the law they follow to the latter, insists that a priest shall not go near any dead person, because if he does that, he will defile himself, even if it is his father or his mother. He shall not leave the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for he has on him the consecration of the anointing oil of his God. Following this, therefore, the priest and the Levites ignored that man who was beaten and nearly dead. Since they were going into the temple, surely they never wanted to profane the holy tent of God. Numbers chapter 19, verse 11 and verse 16 would also insist that anyone who touches a corpse or a person who has been killed becomes unclean for 7 days. In effect, chapter 19, verse 13 prohibits contact with the holy for any person who has done that. Now let's look at the Samaritan. He franchised the law that considered them to be unclean and never had to mingle with Jews. This shows that love surpasses all laws of uncleanliness. Love purifies all impurities imposed by the law. Samaritans and Jews at this point in their history had a very hostile relationship with one another. It would be just almost unthinkable that a Samaritan would reach out to a Jew, but out of the love, the Samaritan did what was prohibited by the law. So love surpasses every law. The man who fell into the hands of bandits must have lost confidence in humanity as a result of that. The Good Samaritan helped to bring healing in two different levels. First of all, physical healing by pouring love on the man's injured wounds. What he poured physically, he poured oil, he poured wine, and brought physical healing. But he also poured love into the man's psychological and emotional wound. So it was both physical and emotional healing which brought the man because of love. That was just very important as a bandage which he gave to the man. The love of this Samaritan surpassed every bandage, surpassed every wine, surpassed every oil which could be poured in that wound. Therefore, the best medicine the Samaritan used on the man feared dead was what? Love. It is not easy for any Samaritan to be given such a medical treatment to a Jew, but out of love, he was able to do that. One of the greatest lessons we can learn from the parable of the Good Samaritan can be found in Pope Francis' catechesis during one of the General Assemblies on Wednesday, the 27th of April 2016. He insists that we cannot stand and be onlookers When we see many people who are suffering because of hunger, because of violence, because of injustice, this means that to ignore man's suffering is to do what? Is to ignore God. So Pope Francis insists on the fact that we must move close to the poor and the rejected in the society. We now understand why Pope Francis had to institute the Universal Day of Prayer for the poor. The road going down from Jerusalem to Jericho is our road. That is the road we take every day. It is the road we take to our job sites. It is the road we take to our marketplaces. It is the road we take to our schools. It is the road we take to our njangi. It is the road we take to our different meetings. It is the road of our responsibilities. It is the road of our solidarities. It is the road of our fraternity. We must see the needs of others on this road. This entails that caring for others, even to the point of personal sacrifice. Therefore, no law should prevent us from loving the suffering near us. Love surpasses any
Good
love.
Samaritan
Almighty
took
God
care
bless
of
you.
him all
The
day,
Father
and
and the
he
Son
went to pay
and
the
the Holy
keeper
Spirit.
of the inn. And he said, I must be gone a while, but I will pay you well if you'll only take most special care of him. He asked him, Master, what shall I do to go to heaven? What shall I try to? Who shall I serve? Who is my neighbor? He answered, Go and do thou too. He answered, Go